It's the final league stage clash of the Women's Hockey India League. SG Pipers will be looking to build momentum ahead of the final, while Ranchi Royals aim to end their season on a high. Both teams have shown great skill and determination throughout the tournament, and today promises an exciting battle on the field. Who will take the win and carry confidence? Get ready for thrilling Thursday.
It may be getting colder in Ranchi, but the hockey action is only getting hotter. We've got a double header lined up for you today in the Women's HIL. It's the final league stage match of the season as SG Pipers, who have already booked their place in the final, take on the Ranchi Royals. After that, we head straight to Chennai, where Ranchi Bengal Tigers face the Vedanta Kalinga Lancers. It's a hockey-packed day as usual. Hello and welcome, I'm Surbhi Vaid, and alongside me, I've got former Scottish international Nikki Lloyd, and we've also got PR Srijesh with us in the studio today. Needless to say, one of the best goalkeepers India has ever produced, and now also the director of hockey for SG Pipers. Welcome to the show, Srijesh.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
By the way, nice earrings.
Oh, thank you. Something related to hockey. So
Everything related to hockey, isn't it? Namaste, Nikki.
Namaste, Surbhi.
Now, Shri, you are here, so we've got to ask you a lot of questions. We've got to take opportunity. We've got to make the most of this opportunity now. So, SG Pipers, they were last on the table last season, but making it to the finals this season. What do you think has changed the most?
some smile, that's bring some smiles in my face. That's it. That's the big changes because last year it was really tough for us, men's and women's. We were on the bottom. But we took some time to reflect on ourselves, what went right and what went wrong, because the administrative way, I think we were the one of the best organized franchisee. But the philosophy of coaching was something which we felt like, okay, need to have a change. Then we had a very great challenges. I mean, we done a lot of homework about the coaching staff. We had interviewed a couple of them, and we ended up with Sophie, who got a sparkling and a great philosophy of winning the games. And yeah, definitely it's a challenge because it's a huge tournament, HL, and choosing a women head coach for your team was, it's pushed. A lot of people, I mean, they targeted us for that, but we believed in her. And from there, we started organizing everything. She chose their assistant coaches. We spoke with them. They were all happy to join us. It's a great franchise after all. And the second thing is like homework. We need to find out who are the best players playing great in domestic level. So Michelle, the assistant coach with Sophie, and Sophie, they closely watch all these European leagues. And it's easy for them to pick up the best players in that league. So that made our job quite easy. And definitely rest of the Indian players were doing great in the juniors and the seniors. So we made the team. We get together here in Ranchi around 12 days before, and from there the journey begins. And we are there now in the finals.
Yeah, you're there in the finals, and you've mentioned Sophie over there. So this is what I wanted to talk about anyway, an all-women support staff for your team. It's a strong statement in itself. How has that shaped the culture and mindset within the group?
See, in India, we do have a lot of talented players. We had a lot of players who played in that level, and we want to showcase that they are capable to, lead a team. I mean, in previous times, in the Indian hockey team, had a lot of women coaches, and now it's our turn to give opportunity for our Indian coaches to come up and step in. So Sophie can be an idol for all the Indians, those who wish to, or those who dream about taking up coaching as a serious profession. And you can see the assistant coaches were there, and the supporting staff, the physios, the SNC, the Mashua. So we thought that, okay, this women's team, and we need to empower the women, and definitely they're doing a great job.
Yeah, we've also got an acclaimed coach over here with us, Nikki Lloyd.
No, I agree with everything you're saying, though. You can see how she's brought in a clear communication, a drive, and a passion, and it's allowing her players, your players as well, to play risk-free and open-free hockey.
See, that's for sure, because a former player who's a renowned coach can influence the talents. That's a great thing. And all the young kids, they're learning from her. And you know what? HL is a place where you come out and enjoy. There is no pressure. Definitely there are pressure, but still, this is a place they can experience a lot of new things, and they get a platform where they can come up and showcase the coaching staff and the selectors that we are good enough. And this nursery for them, especially I used to say this everywhere, the youngsters can be with the seniors, they can learn from the foreigners, their culture, the way they behave, the attitude, the way they take the initiative, the leadership qualities, and the way they prepare for the match, and especially how they recover. So it's a nursery for them to learn to become a better player in the future.
And they've almost done that. Now you've been protecting us over here as well with the balls. But let's also talk about the management and the owners. How crucial has their support been in this run to the final?
I should say this, Sanjay Gupta ji, our chair. He was so much supportive. Even after last year's season, he invited us and he asked what went wrong, and he said nothing. We are here to support Indian hockey. That's the first word what he said, and he said, Sri, whatever it's happened, it's no problem. We need to look forward. We need to contribute a lot of things to Indian hockey. That's our dream. So rather than winning this one tournament, he's saying that what we can contribute. So in another 5 years, 10 years, we want to do a lot of things for Indian hockey. So we started some programs. We do have total 4 coaches, 2 with the men and 2 with the women. That's a coaching education program where they are from My Place Kerala. So they get exposure with the great coaches. And we are starting up an academy so that in another 10 years, our academy can produce players for our team as well as for the Indian team. And in the future, I believe that in 2032 or 2036, at least 5 or 6 players should come from our own academy. So that is our target, and definitely that is our vision of our Sri Sanjay Gupta ji. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
so for you, it's more than just a tournament and a team, it's a movement.
Definitely. See, we need to think about the future. So majority of the times, what happened is like we just think about what is happening now and what can we change now. But when you are in an elite sports, it's all about Olympics years, and you can think about 2028, but you need to prepare for 2032 and 2036. So these are the leagues which help to give experience to the players. And franchises like Apollo, Steels, and all the franchises, those who are here, they are a part to support our journey. And definitely the vision of a legendary leader, it's required to promote these games. And I would like to thank all the franchises, those who are here, are doing a wonderful job supporting men and women teams, especially women's team, to get our Indian hockey into the next level.
And this is what women's hockey needed in India. HIL is a unique tournament, obviously. And obviously, we will be talking about all of those things. But take a look at your screens as well. Augustina Gorzolani over there leading the charts with 5 goals now. She's got those neon socks and she's not letting that neon socks go anywhere. But Lola Herrera, who's from SG Pipers, she'll be keen to take those neon socks away today because they'll be in action and they would want to carry the momentum into the final. Meanwhile, the Ranchi Royals, they would want to sign off on a winning note. We will talk about all of that, but post this short break, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back within no time.
हम मैच हारने के बाद भी एक साथ है, अगर हम जीते हैं तो भी एक साथ है, तो सभी टीम के लिए ये इम्पोर्टेंट होता है कि जब वो एज ए टीम वर्क करते हैं तो वो चीज़ ज़रूरी रहता है और हम एज ए टीम ही है, चाहे हम हारे चाहे हम जीते.
You know that if we win 2 games and some of the other teams lose a couple of games, that we could end up third, and I guess that gives you a little bit of extra motivation and it puts a smile on your face. I mean, a win is always fun, so yeah, we'll aim to try and take some points off the next two teams.
बदला तो जरूर लेना है और जीत के निकलना है। आई नो क्योंकि हम ज़्यादा मार्जिन से नहीं हारे, हमें पता चल गया हमारी लास्ट टाइम उनके साथ क्या गलतियाँ थी, बट अभी भी होप नहीं छोड़नी क्योंकि 2 मैच है, रिजल्ट कुछ भी हो सकता है।
The next 2 games, it's taking that pride and showcasing how good women's sport is and how good women's hockey here is in India, and giving the girls the best chance to shine on the biggest stage.
अभी मेरे दिमाग में कुछ नहीं आ रहा। ऑन द फील्ड मैं ज़्यादा अग्रेसिव रहती हूँ, ऑफ द फील्ड काम अच्छे से सबके साथ बात करना, किसी भी चीज़ से नहीं लगता, खुद से ही लगता होगा शायद कि जब मैं गुस्से में आ जाती हूँ तो पता नहीं क्या करूँगी। मुझे गाने सुनना पसंद है तो मोस्टली गाने सुनती हूँ। घर के राजमा चावल। टोक्यो में जब हमने क्वार्टर फाइनल जीता था, मेरा सपना है कि नेक्स्ट ओलंपिक खेलूं और मेडल लेकर आऊं। गुस्सा इरिटेट हो जाती हूँ जब कोई ज़्यादा तंग करे तो। हमारी नेशनल किट जर्सी, नेशनल जर्सी।
Hockey India League is probably the most unique experience in world hockey. I've done various European events and a couple of different world events including the Olympic, but nothing quite compares to the Hockey India League, that's for sure. I was very fortunate to have been in exactly the right position to see that. It wasn't very technical, it was a foot just before it bounced into the goal. It was a really nice moment for me because I gave the free hit out and Beauty and I made eye contact and she nodded, agreed with me and moved on. The rest of the players didn't agree. Every decision is crucial. You really want to be in the right place for the players and for the team in that moment. The Indian umpires here have been growing so much, and as have we. It's been wonderful learning experience.
While the players always grab the headlines, the umpires have quietly stood out this season. But now all eyes on the Marangom ke Jaipal Singh AstroTurf Hockey Stadium as SG Pipers are all set to take on the Ranchi Royals in the final league stage match of this season. Now both the teams have their fates already decided. With that in mind, do you expect them to experiment a little bit today?
I think we might see tactical differences in the games versus, some teams may rest their players. SG Pipers, as you say, already qualified. They may look to rest and rotate. Whereas, the Ranchi Royals, this is their last game. They want to push, they'll want to win. So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, it will be very interesting to see. Now, SG Pipers, they've already qualified for the final. They've got one of India's best forwards and designated drag flickers, Deepika, in their rank, and she'll be eager to play her part. Let's hear how she plans to contribute.
हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं दीपिका, एक इंजरी से वापसी कर रही है, कैसे महसूस हो रहा है ऑन द पिच?
स्टार्टिंग के मैचों में थोड़ा डिफ़िकल्ट हुआ था, बट अभी आने वाले मैचों में ज़्यादा कॉन्फिडेंस फील कर रही हूँ और अच्छा लग रहा है। अभी वापस आई हूँ तो एक दोबारा से ऐसे हो रहा है कि हाँ, मुझे कम बैक करना है अभी वापस।
आपकी टीम को देख के लग रहा है कि जश्न का माहौल तो छा गया है ऑलरेडी। फाइनल्स के लिए क्या तैयारी कर रहे हैं आप?
एक्चुअली जो हमारी अभी आने वाले मैचेस हैं, एक फाइनल ही रहता है हमारे लिए जो अभी मेन है, तो हमें उसके लिए ये कि जो पिछले मैचों में हमने जो हमारी टीम में कमियां हैं वो हम कैसे छोटी छोटी चीज़ें करके हम ऊपर आ सकते हैं, तो उसी चीज़ पे हम वर्क करेंगे आज के मैच में भी।
गुड लक आज के लिए।
थैंक यू सो मच। थैंक यू।
Obviously, she spoke there about her comeback and also about how they are planning to focus on a few areas ahead of the final. But Shri, let me ask you this because you've also played hockey for quite some time. So, how difficult is it for a player to make a comeback after an injury?
It's always from here because whatever injury happens to you, that's always pull you back from giving you 100% on the field because unless if I mean even if you are 100% or 200% fit, that one fear it's will never allow you to give you 200% on the field. So it will take some times, but for her it's one of the toughest period I believe because straight away coming back to a big tournament like HL, but she is a fighter, she will bounce back, and I always trusted her.
Yeah, she is a fighter. While talking about fighter, we also spoke to Neha Goyal, the midfield engine of the Ranchi Royals, who's known for her tireless work rate. Ahead of this match, let's take a look at that.
हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं नेहा गोयल. अनफॉर्चुनेटली थोड़ा सा मिक्स बैग रहा है इस सीज़न. लुकिंग बैक क्या खामियां महसूस करती हैं आप अपने टीम में?
हमारे पास ड्रैगर नहीं था बिकॉज हमने पीसी भी काफ़ी बनाए इस टूर्नामेंट में. हर मैच में एटलीस्ट हमारे 8 और 9 और 11 पीसीस थे, बट जो हमें खामियां भुगती उसको अगर हमारे पास अच्छा ड्रैगर होता या फिर कन्वर्ट, जैसे लास्ट टाइम हमारे पास ये भी जैनसन थी और सेम सराची के पास है गोरजलानी, हमारे पास अगर ड्रैगर अच्छा होता तो हम भी कम से कम 2-3 गोल हर मैच में पीसी के कन्वर्ट कर पाते.
और आप
सेम पीसी डिफेंस में भी फर्स्ट टचर नहीं था, तो जो हमारे फर्स्ट टचर बिल्कुल कभी कभी करते थे उन्होंने फर्स्ट टचर किया है, तो ये दो चीज़ें हमारी इस बार थोड़ी हो रही है.
क्राउड काफ़ी सपोर्ट दी है आपको, उनके लिए क्या संदेश देना चाहते हैं आप?
क्राउड तो हमेशा हमें सपोर्ट करता है, या कि रांची ना होते हुए भी दूसरी टीम को भी करता है. लास्ट टाइम भी उन्होंने बहुत किया और इस टाइम स्पेशल हमारे लिए आते थे. बाकी मैचों में मैंने देखा इतना नहीं, सिर्फ रांची के लिए आते थे, तो इनको बहुत मैं अपनी तरफ से थैंक यू बोलती हूँ, हमारी टीम की तरफ से भी, कि उन्होंने हमें बहुत सपोर्ट किया. बिल्कुल लास्ट सेकंड तक भी किया कि कोई बात नहीं, निकल जाएगा गोल, कोई बात नहीं. और मैच के ख़त्म होने के बाद भी बोले कि हम आपके साथ हैं, तो काफ़ी अच्छा लगा.
गुड लक आज के लिए.
थैंक यू.
Obviously, who isn't happy with this Ranchi crowd? But absence of a dragger and number one runner has costed them their chance in the final, according to Neha. Do you agree with that, Nikki?
I agree in parts. I think the number one runner and a strong drag flick option are key aspects that can help you win a game, but they're not the only ingredients to help you close out. I think for the Royals, they need to focus on connections and their basics.
Yeah, and they will be trying to focus on that today. But thank you so much, Shri, and thank you so much, Nikki, for joining us here today. It was lovely to speak to you guys as always. Well, live action is just moments away. It's the final appearance of the season for Ranchi Royals. Can they sign off with a win, or will the SG Pipers keep their momentum rolling? Let's find out.
हम मैच हारने के बाद भी एक साथ है, अगर हम जीते तो भी एक साथ है, तो सभी टीम के लिए ये इम्पोर्टेंट होता है कि जब वो एज ए टीम वर्क करते हैं तो वो चीज़ ज़रूरी रहता है, और हम एज ए टीम ही है, चाहे हम हारे चाहे हम जीते.
You know that if we win 2 games and some of the other teams lose a couple of games, that we could end up third, and I guess that gives you a little bit of extra motivation and it puts a smile on your face. I mean, a win is always fun, so yeah, we'll aim to try and take some points off the next 2 teams.
बदला तो ज़रूर लेना है और जीत के निकलना है. आई नो, क्योंकि हम ज़्यादा मार्जिन से नहीं हारे, हमें पता चल गया हमारी लास्ट टाइम उनके साथ क्या गलतियाँ थी, बट अभी भी होप नहीं छोड़नी क्योंकि 2 मैच है, रिजल्ट कुछ भी हो सकता है.
The next 2 games, it's taking that pride and showcasing how good women's sport is and how good women's hockey here is in India, and giving the girls the best chance to shine on the biggest stage.
अभी मेरे दिमाग में कुछ नहीं आ रहा. ऑन द फील्ड मैं ज़्यादा अग्रेसिव रहती हूँ. ऑफ द फील्ड काम अच्छे से सबके साथ बात करना. किसी भी चीज़ से नहीं लगता, खुद से ही लगता होगा शायद कि जब मैं गुस्से में आ जाती हूँ तो पता नहीं क्या करूँगी. मुझे
गाने सुनना पसंद है तो मोस्टली गाने सुनती हूँ। घर के राजमा चावल। टोक्यो में जब हमने क्वार्टर फाइनल जीता था। मेरा सपना है कि नेक्स्ट ओलंपिक खेलूं और मेडल लेकर आऊं। गुस्सा इरिटेट हो जाती हूँ जब कोई ज़्यादा तंग करे तो। हमारी नेशनल किट जर्सी, नेशनल जर्सी।
Hello, everybody, and once again, a very warm welcome here at the Hero Hockey India League 2025-2026. We are coming to you live from the Marank Gomke Jaipal Singh AstroTurf Hockey Stadium here in the wonderful eastern Indian city of Ranchi in Jharkhand. It's time for match number 12, the last of the league phase fixtures between SG Pipers and the Ranchi Royals. SG Pipers have, of course, made the cut to the final, and these two teams will take center stage in fairly congenial conditions with a temperature of 17.6 degrees Celsius. The humidity is a healthy 26%. Both the teams will have contrasting approaches to the game, but a common objective. Navneet Kaur, Deepika and company will want to ensure the winning momentum isn't lost on them. Ranchi Royals will be playing for pride. No doubt Ranchi Royals, of course, will want to finish third as well. They have a superior goal difference compared to Surma. But they will also want to ensure that they sign off with a victory. Time now for the toss with both the captains in attendance.
Welcome to the final league stage match of the season as SG Pipers take on the Ranchi Royals. I've got both the captains here with me, Nikki Pradhan and Navneet Kaur, along with the on-field umpires, Kelly Hudson and Neetu Kumari. They've got the coin, so let's proceed with the toss.
Awesome. Your last game, so you can call black or red. Okay. Red side. And
There it is. Nikki, toss जीत लिया, क्या करना पसंद करेंगी?
Ball start.
So Ranchi Royals have won the toss and they've decided to start the play.
Well, Nikki Pradhan was given the honor of calling by virtue of this being Ranchi Royals' last league fixture, and that's the standings really. SG Pipers and Ranchi Bengal Tigers will play the final the day after. Ranchi Royals will want to ensure that they finish third. Time now to listen to what the coaches had to say. I caught up with them a little while earlier. We're joined by Sophie Gates of SG Pipers. Congratulations on making it to the finals, firstly. How would you approach this game just before the big final?
Yeah, it's strange to play a game for nothing. We take it more or less as a semi-final. It's important for us to be back in the flow. The last few games were not amazing. So, I will expect us to work on that and let's see how it goes.
Looking back, what are the areas where you have done well and what are the areas that you feel need improvement?
Yeah, both areas with ball and non-ball position, we're doing good and not good. So let's try to make to bring that together today to be better in both areas at the same time.
Wishing you the best for today.
Thank you very much.
हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं तुषार खानकर ऑफ रांची रॉयल्स. रिट्रोस्पेक्टिवली अगर देखा जाए तो थोड़ा सा मिक्स बैग रहा. कहाँ छूट गया अपॉर्चुनिटी?
Opportunity grab नहीं करी. We got a lot of opportunities, as I said earlier also in whenever I came here. We created a lot of chances. We had a lot of opportunities to score goals. And if at this level, if you're not grabbing those kind of opportunities, of course you'll pay the price. And that is what happened with us. We played well. I won't say I don't have any complaints about we didn't play well. We played well. We created opportunity. We defended well. If you see overall, we just conceded 5 goals in 5 matches, which is good defending wise. It's a good ratio. And attacking wise, we scored, if I'm not wrong, some 8 goals we scored. So that speaks about the attacking hockey what we have played. But again, when you play in this kind of tournament, you really need to be at the right time. You need to be there and score goals and make the result in your favor.
In terms of learnings, what has that been for you looking back at the season?
Yeah, looking back at the season, as I said earlier also, that the chances, whatever you get, you need to be consistent to creating those chances. At the same time, you need to be a little more cautious inside the D when when you're in front of the goal, when you have to score goals, inside the D, you get the ball, you need to trap it, and you need to end of the day, you need to cross that line, as simple as that. If you won't cross that line, goal line, you won't get the goal. So that is what I've learned. But of course, there are a lot of things which when we'll come in the next season, we'll work on that, and then we'll come back strong.
Good luck for today.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Kelly Hudson and Neetu Kumari are the umpires for today. Neetu Kumari, of course, hails from Ranchi in Jharkhand, and she will no doubt have the envelope of experience around her. Kelly Hudson taking center stage, even as both the teams are in attendance as well. To the left of your screen are the SG Pipers led by Navneet Kaur, and to the right are the Nikki Pradhan led Ranchi Royal side for one last time in this season's competition. They are of course playing for pride, but they're also playing to ensure that they finish with a win and finish with the 3rd place as well, because the Ranchi Royals and JLW Surma are tied on 6 points. The Royals have a superior goal difference.
Ranchi Royals. Jersey number 8, Captain Nikki Pradhan. 1, Maria Darni. 2, Lucina Hay. 5, Agostino Alonso. 6, Ishika Chowdhury. 7, Neha. 9, Pichu Devi. 10, Albalarani Topo. 13, Sabin Pronison. 14, Sangeeta Kumari. 16, Hannah Cotter. 18, Rutuja Bissel. 19, Agostina Albertario. 21, Deepika Soreng. 23, Sakshi Rana. 24, Nandini. 25, Maria Ortiz. 27, Laltan Tluangi. 30, Madhuri Kindo. 52, Beauty Dungdung. Introducing the team, SG Pipers. Jersey number 25, Captain Navneet Kaur. 2, Jyoti Singh. 5, Suman Devi. 7, Sharmila Devi. 8, Teresa Viana. 9, Preeti Dubey. 10, Caitlin Knox. 11, Shilema Chanu. 12, Shilpi Dabas. 13, Christina Cosentino. 14, Priscilla Jarde. 15, Ishika. 17, Lola Riera. 18, Udita. 22, Joanna Castellaro. 24, Solanki Bansari. 29, Suralita Topo. 32, Valentina Costa. 40, Manisha. 55, Deepika.
Well, time now for us to welcome our esteemed dignitaries here. Shri Manoj Kumar IAS, Secretary, Department of Tourism, Art, Culture, Sports and Youth Affairs, Government of Jharkhand. Shri Bholanath Singh, Vice President, Asian Hockey Federation and Secretary General, Hockey India. And they are accompanied by Mr. B.N. Bhushan, Director, Hockey India. Again, it's good to see all the organizers demonstrate such keen interest in what is truly a game that's entirely in harmony with the country. And of course, Shri Bholanath Singh Vice President of the Asian Hockey Federation, as also the Secretary General of Hockey India, played a pivotal role in ensuring that the recently concluded Junior Men's World Cup was held in very fantastic setting in the cities of Chennai and Madurai. And once again, a big thank you to all the stakeholders invested in the Hero Hockey India League who have ensured that this league has gotten the heft it deserves. Time now for the Indian national anthem. Fabulous atmosphere here at the Marangom K. Jaipal Singh Munda AstroTurf Stadium here, with a number of young hockey players from Punjab also in attendance who are here for a school level tournament. They've also been invited to partake of in the proceedings in the commentary box. This is Arun Venugopal and I'm joined by the former Scottish international Nicky Lloyd. A very good evening once again.
Good evening, Arun. Yes, I'm very much looking forward to this contest this evening. The SG Pipers going with a 4-3-3 formation. Ansani Solanki in goal. She has had a wonderful tournament. And then Suman Devi, Lola Ria, Valentina Costa and Jyoti Singh make up the back line. Similarly to Topo, Castellario and Caitlin Nobbs, the midfield maestros. And then Ishika, Captain Navneet Kaur and Maria Teresa Vanash. That is the starting 11. However, you've got Udita, you've got Shamila Devi, you've got Jardel and Priti Dubey to come on to name a few. It's going to be a very strong team, I think, tonight.
As for the Ranchi Royals, this presents an opportunity for them to sign off with a win. They have a three-member backline with Madhuri Kindo starting on goal, Nikki Pradhan, Sabine Plonison and Lucina Wandeheda. In the back line, Sakshi Rana, Neha Goel, Agustina Alonso and Deepika Soren constitute the midfield. Up front are Sangeeta Kumari, Rutuja Bissell and the irrepressible Agustina Albatario. Watch out, of course, for Hannah Cotter and Sophia Dane alongside Beauty Dangdang later in the piece as well. Ranchi Royals, of course, have a superior goal difference as opposed to Surma's -4. But before that, Sophie gets the head coach of the SG Pipers interestingly spoke about wanting to approach this as a semi-final. Tushar Khankar of the Royals always has a smile on his face, always takes a lot of joy in some good-natured ribbing, particularly with me. Time now for the action to commence.
Get ready for the countdown.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's play.
Well, if Navneet Kaur says let's play, we shall indeed. Ranchi Royals in their all teal outfit pushing from left to right, and in all blue are the SG Pipers from right to left in the commentary box. This is Arun Venugopal and I'm joined by Nicky Lloyd.
Yeah, you spoke about Sophie Gertz there from SG Pipers, the coach, saying she wants to treat this as a semi-final. So you expect the Pipers to play the way we've seen. They've been the most consistent team in this tournament, in this entire league. And so they want to make sure that they continue with that. The Ranchi Royals, they've had that 5-0 victory earlier out in the league, but they have had a few stuttering points. But as we see, they're on the attack. with Kumari coming down the right-hand side. There's a jab tackle going in. There's absolutely the right call there from Neetu Kumari. It's been called for obstruction, and this from the Ranchi Royals is the perfect opening play.
And this is an area that Neha Goyal was alluding to as a problem all through the tournament. They haven't had a good track flicker, is what Neha Goyal mentioned. They also have suffered by virtue of their first rushing, but here is an opportunity to make amends, to sort of right some of the wrongs. Sonia Butler, the scoring judge, Shadma Shahid, the timing judge, Janurita D'Souza, the technical officer, and Shivani Sharma, the reserve umpire. A big thanks to the technical bench.
A Newcastle injection coming with the drag flip, going for the deflection and scoring the goal. Be really interesting to see what that has come off, but it is Lucina von der Heg with the goal. It wasn't the fastest drag flick, that's for sure. However, her team still crown her with the Ranchi Royals signature goal appreciation.
Very good trap, and it came off a stick of Sunalita Topo, who has been a very good rusher for the SG Pipers across the tournament, but on this occasion just a tad bit unfortunate. It caught a good part of a stick and then went all the way to the goal, but great technique from Lucina.
That's tough there for Solanki Bansari in the goal. She was completely blindsided. She thought that the shot was going one way. It definitely was. But that ricochet, that deflection from Sunalita Topo definitely changed the direction. However, the goal scorer, Lucina von der Heg, will not mind. Her team will not mind. They have taken the lead in this semi-final, quote-unquote, that Sophia Gertz's game is. And now what will we see from the SG Pipers? If they are to go behind in their next match, in their final, how will they respond? And definitely they will want to have a positive reaction here, but they are putting the Ranchi Royals under immense pressure here. And this is wonderful workout play, going in and out, clean ball pace there. You can see from the SG Pipers, they are sending their captain Navneet Kaur slightly higher than the rest of their attack, just to try and break things down. But the goal scorer there, Lucina von der Heg, making light work of that, thinking, yes, I can take on 4 players, that's completely fine, but that's a cheap turnover from her.
Navneet Kaur, on the other hand, looking to make an advance of her own. What's particularly interesting is Sophie Geertz wanting to approach this as a virtual semi-final, and also mentioning the fact that they have been off the boil just a bit over the last couple of games. It's not something that they would want going into a big final situation. Ranchi Bengal Tigers, of course, might have wanted the same. Great 3D skills here from Rutuja Pisal, who's now in a 1v1 situation, I beg your pardon, inside the circle. She gets another penalty corner for her team. And it has been referred.
The ball is touch your body, right? Okay. Yeah, not touch.
Deepa, can you hear me? Yes. Team referral by Pipers. I have ordered a penalty corner for a danger ball, but they are saying it's not a danger. Could you please check?
Okay, you given the dangerous, it's a penalty corner, but the Piper saying it's not dangerous, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I will check.
Okay, so this has been reviewed. It's a wonderful drive in here. Left to right drag. You can see Rutuja Pisal there. There's no issue with that. And then she tries to play the ball. Now, what does this come off? So it's off the stick initially of Caitlin Nobbs. And the umpire, Neetu Kumari, saying that it is hit the body, I believe. From the first angle we saw, it didn't look like it did. This is going to be very tricky. because you're looking to see if there's any difference in the movement.
Yes, Deepa.
I have advice for you. There is no dangerous for the attackers. It's a free hit to the defense. You can start with the bully and team keep the referral.
We start with a free hit.
Bully, bully.
Yes, the right decision seemed to have been made eventually with a good referral also on the part of the SG Pipers.
Yeah, and the reason a bully has been given is because no team was technically in possession of the ball, so it would be unfair to give a free hit to either team. But Neha there doing very sportsmanlike type of thing, just not even contesting it, and then the ball being played back to the SG Pipers, excuse me, because technically they were on the attack last.
Indeed, it's one of those unspoken codes of honor, isn't it, where you concede possession without even attempting to play it. It's something that's drilled into you right from a young age. Good purposeful passing from the Ranchi Royals, who have called the shots right from the start of this fixture. If Ranchi Royals win this fixture, they will no doubt finish third. It's a chance here again inside the circle. Rutuja Pissel was in business ever so briefly, but Bansari Solanki did really well on that occasion.
Neha putting the ball into the danger area, Rutuja coming across, just going for the ball, but it was really important that Solanki Balsari was there to stop the ball. Look how she stays up, she makes herself big, and it must be said, Jyoti Singh as well doing her bit in the defensive work.
Bansari Solanki has been one of the finds of the tournament, really one of the players who have really stood out. Was identified by the great Dhanraj Pillai while at school, and then went on to train under the Olympian Romeo James in Delhi. She did clarify that her name ought to be pronounced Bansari and not Basari, as she flashed a rueful grin, saying a number of people were guilty of mispronouncing her name. Hails from the western part of India, from the state of Gujarat. Ranchi Royals have bossed the midfield, really.
They have, and it's wonderful tempo that they've started this opening quarter with. We see Neha being spoken to there by coach Tusha Kankra there. I mean, it's really important when you have those short rotations, because the players may be only off the pitch for a couple of minutes, that the coach, if he has something to say to them, it's clear and concise, so that they know that they can work on it, but he doesn't overload them when they go on the pitch.
It's always interesting the kind of conversation that they might be having. You rightly alluded to information overload. Chance here inside the circle. Yet again a clash of sticks. And that has resulted in another penalty corner. That's 4 circle penetrations for Ranchi Royals. And they have 2 PCs already.
A wonderful ball from Alonso there, finding her teammate Topo, or Albella Topo. And it's a little bit of an ugly tackle there from Lola Rea. And when I say a little bit, I am understating that. But a penalty corner, the correct decision.
Another opportunity for Royals to double their lead. Bansari Solanki will be in business again. Maria Otis alongside Sabine Plonison are in the batteries. Sakshi Rana will deliver the injection. It is a first battery injection. Excellent first running by Ioana Castellaro. But there will be a referral.
Deepa, can you hear me?
Yes, Neetu.
Team referral by Ranchi Royals. They are looking for a foot of attacker inside circle. Could you please check? It's a foot or a stick.
Okay. Royal saying it's a foot and it's a penalty corner, right?
Yes.
Okay, I will check.
As you said, it was really brave number one running from Castellaro coming here. Ortiz comes on to the ball for that drag flick. You'll be able to see there, yeah, it comes off of her right shin pad. So this should be a very quick and easy re-award.
Which is why the referral was sought instantly. Great running again, and while making herself big, she also cut down the angle.
And we call that kind of running down the barrel. It's a very brave thing to do. Yes, it's perfect stick positioning there, because if it hits the stick, it's not going to deflect past the goalkeeper, but obviously your legs and your feet are in a prime position to get hit, as we saw just in that replay.
The TV umpire taking a nice long look before arriving at her decision, just wanting to ensure she doesn't get it wrong. Just checking if the ball did deflect back onto the pad.
Ritu,
Yes, Tiba.
there is no clear reason to change your decision. It's a foot, it's a stick, and team lose the referral. It's a free hit. You.
Well, I must admit to being a little surprised by that decision, because I thought there was a deflection onto her shin protector.
Yeah, and I'd agree with you there, Arun, but as you say, the video umpires do have a lot of different angles than we have and what viewers can see on their screens. Normally as well, you can hear a difference if it hits a stick or a shin pad. Yeah, for me, I'd agree with you. I think it did hit a shin pad, but there's play on now. The Royals have to now have the rest of the match without a video referral, and yes, they're 1-0 up right now, but this can all come down to a really one important decision, and you hope it doesn't come back to bite them.
We have seen that way too often, really, across the tournament. Sometimes you let go of a referral early in the piece, but we have another hockey fixture coming up later tonight, coming to you live at 7 p.m. The Swazi Bengal Tigers take on the Vedanta Kolingo Lancers, coming to you live from the Mayor Radhakrishnan Hockey Stadium in Chennai. This will, of course, mark an important game in the men's section as well. And the men's caravan does move on to Ranchi in a couple of days' time. SG Pipers finally have an opportunity to stake claim for an equalizer. It's Caitlin Nobbs demonstrating plenty of physicality there. SG Pipers will want a semblance of calm. They have been run a bit ragged by the Ranchi Royals attack, who have pressed higher up the pitch.
Yeah, the Royals have brought the energy in this first quarter. They've got that opening goal. And you've got to ask, yes, the SG Pipers, they've been told to treat this as a semi-final, but sometimes it is difficult to get up for a match when you've had such an exhausting lead so far, and you know that you've qualified for the final.
That's Mr. Digvijay Singh, Vice President of the SG Pipers. Must be a happy man with the goings on, really. The team, after a dismal performance last season, have gone on to make the final. SG Pipers, in fact, finished last in the very first edition of the Hero Hockey India League. Managed only a couple of wins, managed only 4 goals in all.
But it's nice to see that those who are buying into these teams aren't just in it for the short run. They want to see the progression, they want to see the growth, and they want to support these players.
The chance here beckons now for the SG Pipers. Second time of asking, third time of asking, and they have the equalizer. And I think it was the captain, Navneet Kaur, who was the eminent goal poacher on that occasion, was in the right place at the right time, and they come up with their own unique brand of celebrations.
Yeah, you cannot give a player like Navneet Kaur time to have a few bites at the cherry. She's running here for her team, little left to right drag, gets the ball off to her teammate, and it's the positioning. Look at the triangles of this team. They have the back pass option, and then they have Navneet Kaur really ready for poaching that goal. You can see Lucina von der Heg, she's wanting to front mark, but she's not prepared, she's not down and low, and that's an easy goal for Navneet Kaur, but a very important one for the SG Pipers.
Sophie Geertz must be relieved. Navneet Kaur has scored her third goal of the competition. She, of course, is in the running for the Neon Sox. Currently 2 goals adrift of Agustina Gozalani, who tops the goal scoring charts. Deepika Soreng looking to find someone inside the circle.
A really high press now from the Royals. The ball is in the corner of the pitch, and you do see teams try and win it in that position. It's a strong whistle there. It was deemed that Castellaro had impeded on Alonso. Alonso taking the ball herself, wanting to go the central route, but the SG Pipers have really worked hard to stop any easy balls through. And that's when you need to take a moment. Yes, you want to attack, but where is the space?
Just a reminder that Ranchi Royals have also burned a review early in the piece in the very first quarter. There is Bichu Devi Kharibam. Has been an impressive goalkeeper, idolizes the great Savita Punia. Sakshi Rana has been another standout for the Royals, as they have a circle entry but they do not have a PC.
Sangeeta there on the left-hand side. Beautiful, tight skill when she gets close to the circle. Playing the ball in as well, but you can see going for the foot. But when you've got someone as important as Castellaro, she is able just to make that strong tackle. As Teresa Maria there for the SG Pipers from Uruguay. I think she's been a great addition to this team. I know from the videos we've seen that she's a real live wire and a joker off the pitch.
That is true indeed, and we saw a couple of the SG Pipers players shake their leg to a few numbers being belted out on the stadium PA. Priscilla Jardel was especially quite upbeat and buoyant as the team made its entry. And boy, can she dance. Even as Navneet Kaur makes another entry. Living dangerously are the Royals defenders. And this time, Lucina van der Heide staves off the danger.
She did, and then it's unfortunately come off the foot of Navneet Kaur. I agree completely with what you say, everyone. They're living dangerously. This clearance here is a little bit messy, unfortunately, from Madhuri Kindo, and the reason then is it's just straight back. Lucina von der Hey, yes, she gets rid of it, but this is why the SG Pipers have been the most consistent team in this league so far.
Neha Goyal plays the ball up front, looking for an entry from the left. Lola Riera providing a sturdy presence in the back line on that occasion. They still are not out of the woods here. Jyoti Singh being harangued by Hannah Cotter.
Yeah, this is the last attempt. Neha there finding Cotter. Cotter putting the ball through. Lola Riera, yes, she doesn't trap it well on the first time. She gets there in the end. But both teams, I think, really need to tighten up their defensive structure, their recognition and their first touch in the circle.
Failing to intercept that allowed Deepika Soreng the opportunity to build again. Sakshi Rana on the left has been a menacing presence. She can make a couple of rapid advances even as they look to get the slap shot into play and also eventually find Rutuja.
You can see what they're trying to do there. Alonso stepping up into that higher centre mid role and wanting to go for that first time deflection through to break the ball through the centre of the pitch. But again, I think I'd reiterate, the spaces around the outside, stop trying to go for the route one, because the Pipers have really shut it down. That's a beautiful takedown there from Alonso, but she cannot connect with her teammate Sashki Rana.
It's been an entertaining opening quarter with a little under a minute still left. Both the teams have notched up a goal apiece. It was the Royals who got off to a blazing start, very soon cancelled out by the Pipers. Again, trying to ensure midfield supremacy, Agustina Alonso.
It's a poor aerial takedown though. Some tired sticks a little bit. Lino Topo there trying to do well for her team, but it's turnover and intercept as we count down the final seconds in this first quarter.
That'll be that as far as the first quarter action is concerned. Rutuja makes a polite inquiry right at the end, but they will have to walk off the pitch. Navneet Kaur has done her bit for the Pipers by virtue of that equalizer. At the end of quarter one, Ranchi Royals and SG Pipers are level on 1-1.
Yeah, we do love to see goals in the first quarter, and that's exactly what we've been treated to this evening. One goal apiece for the SG Pipers and the Ranchi Royals. It was the Ranchi Royals who started at a blistering pace, winning the first corner of the game. And Lucina von der Haag, through a slight deflection from the number one runner, Sunalita Topo, was able to give her team a 1-0 lead. You can see completely blindsiding the goalkeeper, Solanki Balsari there, but the SG Pipers took the most of poor defending from the Ranchi Royals, and it was their captain, their leader, their lady with 3 goals now for this league, Navneet Kaur, and her whole team surrounding her. Navneet Kaur then trying to link up again with her team, and the Ranchi Royals scrambling in defence. I think it's been pretty clear cut when Ranchi Royals have gone forward that they have got the skill, but SG Pipers, I think, edging it at the moment. That goal from Navneet Kaur takes her into second place, but it's a second place of 4 people at the moment, all chasing Augustina Gorzalani with those bright neon socks.
Navneet Kaur would need 2 more goals to do that. Bichudevi Karibam now replaces Madhuri Kindo on goal for Ranchi Royals, so they are doing the quarter-wise rotation as quarter 2 action is underway with Ranchi Royals pushing from left to right and SG Pipers continuing from right to left. Deepika Soreng trying to weave herself past the Pipers midfield. Ranchi Royals still inside the circle now. A chance here, beckons, it's a good save. It was a reflex save by Bansari Solanki and could have easily been goal number 2 for the Royals.
What a save that was by Bansari Solanki. As you say, completely reactive there, glove save. The Ranchi Royals, they will have a little bit extra energy, you think, in their legs, because this is their last game of this league, whereas the SG Pipers have 1 more to go. This is that opening chance. Beautiful play by Rutuja Puskal, and then Hannah Cotter coming in with that shot, and that's such an important save for her team there. Look at that, putting her legs, her kickers out, but I think ultimately it was a left glove save.
Pipers have endured this at the start of every quarter, really. Ranchi Royals starting off in blitzing fashion. They have set up themselves in a 3-member back line, which perhaps allows them that much more cushion in midfield, more reinforcements, and as a result, a greater opportunity to attack.
It really does. Having 4 players in the midfield, it gives you that extra passing option. And we see that's where the height is being created, but wonderful interception there from Suman Devi. And she's able to help her team away and get ahead as well. Beautiful flowing play. Just about retains it. Now we're switching over from the right to the left. Caitlin Nobbs picking up with Teresa Maria Viana. But it was a little bit of a bouncing ball. We have seen this pitch a little bit of a balancer, as it were, because some people are getting caught out by that bounce. And a great response by the SG Pipers, and the Ranchi Royals, as you say, started out this second quarter at a ferocious pace.
And this is where they have been particularly effective. Rutuja Pisel on that occasion was trying to run down the midfield, trying to win the ball, intercept it early enough. It's a good defense splitting ball here. Caitlin Nobbs was deprived of possession. I beg your pardon, it was in fact Teresa Viana who was robbed of possession momentarily. Pipers have got the ball back. Navneet Kaur looking to play someone in, but there wasn't a partner for herself inside the circle.
Yeah, and then Bishu Devi called into action for a nice gentle pass there. What I'm enjoying about the SG Pipers in this second 15 minutes is their triangle passing, and that's so difficult to mark, but that's a strong stick tackle there. But this was the previous circle entry for the SG Pipers. It's a wonderful post up there, just using the fact that she's shielding the ball. Viana, it gets past Ishika and tries to link up with Navneet. It's almost perfect. And there is Viana there, just coming off to have a few moments break. Navneet Kaur on the ball, marked very tightly there by Ishika Chowdhury.
Almost a player-to-player marking scenario is what we have seen from the Ranchi Royals. Great 3D skills from Navneet Kaur, ever so briefly as she was encircled by a number of green shirts. Now it's the turn of Sangeeta Kumari to display her skills in front of an adoring home crowd. She hails from this part of the country. She hails from the state of Jharkhand, alongside the likes of Salima Tete and Beauty Dung Dung, I beg your pardon, has held the Jharkhand flag aloft here.
That's what I'm talking about, this triangular passing, so it's straight and then flat and square. Really good if it's done crisply and cleanly, as we can see from the SG Pipers. It's a bouncing ball, it's an upright reverse there, but unable to really connect there. Navneet Kaur, that was a slightly ugly challenge there on Sangeeta. And we'll see this replay. This is wonderful little bouncing ball pick up here, but then Jardel going for that upright reverse, strong defending. And then Navneet Kaur, yes, she did get the ball. There was a slight shoulder lean before.
We see the awkward bounce, particularly around the goal mouth, especially along the wings on either side, which also incidentally receives a lot more watering. No correlation or causation there, but just saying.
You know, it actually can play into how the field reacts and how it plays. If a field is drier in certain areas, the ball can skip. The ball can also stick a bit more. The pitch has a nice wetness to it. The ball glides, as we see a wonderful ball across. Fantastic defending, trying to get the shot away, but almost stuttering there, just feeling the pressure coming for her.
Again, Neha showing her quality as an aggressive playmaker, looking for opportunities, not necessarily for her to score. And here again, eyes up hockey, scans the pitch and quickly makes that lateral pass. There was Albela on that occasion.
Yeah, Arbella there, I think she's just feeling the pressure. She is a younger individual, and so hopefully she'll re-watch that. And next time she faces Shilpi, she'll be able to think, right, I can't get my shot away. Can I link with the player, or can I find a foot? But Neha, we have spoken previously about her excellence as a link player, using her speed and her skill just to link the defence into the attack. And like you say, Arun, she's not always looking for the personal accolade.
Neha, as well as the Ranchi Royals outfit, will be mindful, Nikki, that it hasn't particularly been a blighted campaign. It's had its moments, and I really feel that the turnaround happened in the back-to-back games that they had to play prior to this, where they lost both of those encounters, which eventually put paid to any chances of them making it to the finals. Because prior to that point, they were hot on the heels of Shrachi Bengal Tigers as well as the Pipers.
They were, and it's just the ferocity of this league setup. Some teams, all teams have to play back-to-back matches at some point, and statistically we've seen no team win that second game. See Udita, who's standing next to Navneet Kaur. Wonderful step up, free shot from the D, and it's a goal! What a fantastic goal that was from the youngster stepping up.
And Sangeeta Kumari, yet again, donning the mantle of a goal scorer, much to the delight of the crowd here. What a stunning strike from the D. And Albela playing Sangeeta in, trapped, and first time shot. It was a bit of a snapshot which caught everybody by surprise, not least Bansuri Solanki.
You can see when she receives this ball, a wide base, she's putting the weight through her left foot as she takes the strike. That gives her the power. And yes, it does take a slight deflection, but take nothing away. That is a world-class goal.
And just a quick nod of acknowledgement from the support staff. It was a stunning strike, really, from Sangeeta Kumari. She hasn't scored in abundance. Just giving our camera person a wave there. A nice little touch by from Sangeeta Kumari, from a rather bashful young girl. She has, in fact, grown into a more confident customer.
And it's great to see just as the players develop, as they will do even in this short league, because they are playing with people from different countries, different playing styles, and that's one of the great things about the Hero Hockey India League. And I think, as we've spoken before, it's like a melting pot of players, of coaches, of umpires, of broadcasters and commentators even, Arun.
That's a very accurate summation of the goings on here at the Hero Hockey India League. Nikki, Agustina Gorzalani was particularly instructive in his remarks when she said the Indian youngsters have so many questions for her at all times, and that's the beauty of this league, really. As Ranchi Royals mount another offensive, it's a good trap inside the D, quickly snuffed out by Shilpi Dabas on that occasion. She will have the give and go as SG Pipers have an opportunity to counter-attack. Great bit of defending from Lucina yet again.
Yeah, and Alonso there using her experience. You can see from that interception that she used her body and drew the foul, and just to slow the pace of the game down slightly. SG Pipers making the attack, really building momentum. And with just over 4 minutes left in this first half of hockey, the Ranchi Royals will want to keep their lead. Wonderful cutting straight sweep though, found Shalema Chanu. And And she was able just to link with her team, overloading on the right-hand side there, the SG Pipers, but both players missing it. Shalema there, she's just going off to take her few minutes break as well.
How do teams typically approach this scenario, Nikki, when you are again sitting on a 1-goal advantage with about 3-4 minutes left on the clock for the half-time? Do you still try and play the aggressive brand of hockey that's led you to those brace of goals, or do you try and sit back a little deeper and allow things to meander?
I think that's a great question as we see Hannah Cotter on the attack on the right-hand side. She has had so much joy in this area of that pitch that's cutting inside, drawing the obstruction foul, and she'll want to look to take this quickly. She takes it herself. A free hit in the attacking 25 does have to travel 5 yards before it goes into the D. Definitely has now. And as the ball just dribbles off the back line, it'll be a long corner. To answer your question, Arun, I think it depends. It's difficult to ask players when they've got, the rush of the game, the adrenaline pumping, to change their style immediately. But sometimes you do see it. Well done, really wonderful interception there, important interception, and the foul drawn. I think in the first half of a game, it's difficult to say, right, you've got a 1-goal advantage, so we're going to back off. The Ranchi Royals, you say this is their last game of this league, so they can throw everything at it. They can, shorten their rotations if players are getting fatigued and the legs are getting tired and they're making bad decisions. But at the moment, they should use the energy generated from this lead into the end of the second quarter. It's beautiful play again from the Pipers, but it's really unfortunate that Shamila Devi was unable to stop the ball on that occasion.
It was a really promising transition play from the Pipers. Yes, I agree with you, Nikki. The Ranchi Royals have continued unabated with their attacking display. They've been gung-ho right from the time the opening whistle went off. And even as they suffered a minor setback by virtue of that equalizer from Navneet Kaur, they didn't really capitulate, as we have seen a few times before.
Yeah, Nitu Kumari there, just speaking to Nea and Lola Rhea, just saying, calm down. We're all trying to get the same thing. We're trying to have good hockey on the pitch. I think Neha wanted to get the penalty corner because Lola Rhea was not 5 yards, but Rhea said that the free hit hadn't been taken from where the foul had occurred. With just over 1 minute left in this second quarter, the Ranchi Royals will look to keep possession and mount one attack.
Exactly what Dr. Nikki ordered on that occasion. It just didn't culminate into the result that they wanted, but the idea was correct.
It's the commentator's curse, though. You can say this is what should be done, or this is what hopefully will happen, and somehow, I don't know why, but the teams always do the exact opposite of what you've said. It's a strong tackle there. Navneet Kaur on Ishika. Navneet Kaur winning the free hit for her team, though.
I think it's really the innate joy of proving the commentator wrong. You would imagine that a lot of players would delight in it. I'm sure you would have been one of those. But eventually you switch tracks in a post-playing career role as a broadcaster. Then you're wearing an entirely different hat altogether.
Yeah, I don't seem to get, the delay onset muscle soreness now. Well, I sit down and enjoy this.
And enjoy it we shall for the next 3 seconds in the opening half. And it's halftime here in Ranchi with the SG Pipers already having secured a spot in the final, trailing by a goal. It was Navneet Kaur, in fact, who erased the deficit, but Ranchi Royals, by virtue of an aggressive display of hockey, have secured an important 2-1 lead at halftime. It's Ranchi Royals with the advantage over SG Pipers at halftime. We'll be back shortly.
1, 2, 3, check. Hi, I'm Emma Finlay. I'm a midfielder from New Zealand and I'm part of the Sriracha Bengal Tigers. This is the first time I've been here, which is pretty exciting. I'm getting used to the food, getting used to the environment. It's been great. Every time I have a meal, I have to ask my roommate if it's spicy or not. So I'd say Indian food is spicy compared to New Zealand food or to Western food that I've had. I love chai. My roommate loves chai, so she's made me love chai. I really wanted to go into the different temples, and I have been lucky enough to go. The girls, my teammates, have taken me around Ranchi, and it has been an awesome experience. I have learned a couple of words. My favourite word so far is tika. Okay, tika, yeah, shalom, and kakareo. What are you doing? Oh, dandivad zabada milta hai.
The Hockey India League is probably the most unique experience in world hockey. I've done various European events and a couple of different world events, including the Olympic, but nothing quite compares to the Hockey India League, that's for sure. I was very fortunate to have been in exactly the right position to see that. It wasn't very technical, it was a foot just before it bounced into the goal. It was a really nice moment for me because I gave the free hit out and Beauty and I made eye contact and she nodded, agreed with me and moved on. The rest of the players didn't agree. Every decision is crucial. You really want to be in the right place for the players and for the team in that moment. The Indian umpires here have been growing so much, and as have we. It's been a wonderful learning experience.
ओके अभी हम फैंस का एनर्जी चेक करेंगे अभी दोनों टीम खेल रहे हैं एक एसजी पाइपर्स और एक रांची रॉयल्स का सो मैं जब एसजी पाइपर्स का फैंस का एनर्जी चेक करता हूं मैं कहूंगा एसजी और सारे एसजी पाइपर्स का फैंस करेंगे बोलेंगे पाइपर एसजी 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 ओके अभी रांची रॉयल्स का फैंस का एनर्जी चेक करेंगे मैं कहूंगा रांची और आप कहेंगे रॉयल्स रांची
Welcome back to the Hero Hockey India League here from the lovely city of Ranchi. At halftime, the Ranchi Royals have stolen a march on the Pipers with a 2-1 lead. Courtesy goals from Lucina Wandaheda and Sangeeta Kumari in the second and the 24th minute. Navneet Kaur erased one of those in the 10th.
The highlights from the first half. The Ranchi Royals started at a phenomenal pace, hitting the first short corner of the game, and Lucina von der Haeg sliding that one home thanks to a cheeky deflection from the first runner, Sinalita Topo. However, the SG Pipers came back on the offence. It was sloppy defending that allowed Navneet Kaur to be the poacher that she is, and she will not be missing from a yard out of the goal. And her whole team went to praise and support her and cheer for her. They had another opportunity there, clearance coming away. And at this point, the Ranchi Royals were really holding on. Hannah Cotter working very hard on the left-hand side. It was then the Ranchi Royals who, through consistent work rate, somehow managed to get the second goal, but not before. A wonderful save there from Ansari Solanki. Jardel there for the SG Pipers, working hard, having that shot, but Neha, the ultimate link player of this league so far, working well, then finding Arbella. Arbella then unable to get the shot away, but it was the quick thinking from the second goal scorer, Sangeeta Kumari, was able to give her team that one goal advantage as we will go into the second half of hockey. So as it stands, it was an end-to-end first half. The Ranchi Royals 16 circle penetrations over the SG Pipers 4. 2 goals to 1, 4 shots to 1 in favour of the Royals as well, and 2 penalty corners to the SG Pipers 0. Now SG Pipers do have Lola Rea in their battery, so they will want to win a penalty corner and utilise her skill.
Just a look at the points table will reveal that SG Pipers, of course, have already made it to the final. They were the first team, in fact, to book a berth in the finals. Ranchi Bengal Tigers did follow suit. Ranchi Royals, should they win this, will go on to secure third spot and finish third. But even without a win, some may argue that they would still go on to do it, given that their goal difference is a healthy 3 as opposed to JLW Surma's -3. A look at the Neon Socks holder awarded to the highest goal scorer. Augustina Gorzalani with 5 goals is sitting pretty at the top. Navneet Kaur has added to her tally of 2 goals and is now on 3 in this game at halftime. She could go on to add to her kitty, as can Lucina Wanderheide and Lola Riera. Penny Squibb has, of course, completed her tournament with 3 goals. As always, great to see people here in Ranchi enjoy a sport of hockey. And this is a region that's known for its love for hockey, and that coupled with the Chota Nagpuri songs belted out here are a real treat for the fans here. Many of these young hockey lovers would, of course, want to find themselves playing for representative teams at some point. And Jharkhand Hockey has done, Hockey Jharkhand in fact has done really well in fostering the love for the game here. It's a packed audience, and it's also a state, Nikki, which has done really well in the women's category. They are the holders of the title at the national level in the sub-junior, junior, as well as the senior competition.
That's really impressive. There must be something in the water here. Yeah, I love that. I love that it's a packed crowd as we look out onto the stands tonight. The DJ is playing, the snacks are flowing. Yes, it is a little bit chilly, but that is no excuse not to come to this stadium and just enjoy everything that this Hero Hockey India League has to offer.
Lovely atmosphere. It's a packed audience here. And the women's competition is winding down to a close. But before that, time for us to listen to what Tushar Khankar of Ranchi Royals has to say.
I've got with me Tushar Khankar, head coach of Ranchi Royals. You're leading 2-1 at the moment, looking very strong in attack, but slightly nervous in defense. So what would you like to change for the second half?
Yeah, we spoke about it, and of course we are going to defend a little better way what we defended so far in last 2 quarters. Yeah, we have discussed about it.
Thank you so much for talking to us. All the best.
Well, Tushar Khankar, as always, playing the cards really close to his chest. You get the impression that he is someone who is particularly cagey with discussing tactics, especially at halftime, and rightly so as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was obvious that the defence needed to step up, and so he was able to almost agree with us there. Yeah, both teams on the pitch now in their positions, ready for this third quarter. And currently the Ranchi Royals leading the Pipers 2 goals to 1, but I don't think it's going to stay this score for very long.
Indeed, I reckon as well that it is about to be a goal fest tonight, and what a treat would that be, as Navneet Kaur is all set to initiate proceedings in the third quarter. As to recap the proceedings, Ranchi Royals start off with a 2-1 lead over SG Pipers, and like they have done in the preceding 2 quarters, have rocketed off to a racy start thanks to Deepika Soreng's run. And now it's Sakshi Rana who has donned the mantle in the commentary box. This is Arun Venugopal, and alongside me, savouring this breathless action with a healthy snack of pav bhaji on the side is Nikki Lloyd. Good evening to you once again.
Evening, Arun. Yes, it's always nice to be brought a snack at half time. It's hungry work this, but wonderful skill. There's the Ranchi Royals have started at a blistering pace in this third quarter. They seem to, as soon as that whistle sounds, it's like a go button and it's instant power.
Speaking of hunger and snacking, it looks like Sangeeta Kumari of Ranchi Royals has also rediscovered her usually rapacious appetite for goals. She is renowned for being a goal poacher, and that goal early in the piece might have unlocked that instinct all over again.
And how it was a beautiful setup from her. You could see as the ball came through, a strong stop and then an instant hit. And it's those kind of shots that you can go through and you can talk about the technique, but it's pure instinct.
I would also like to believe that your instinct has been honed thanks to years and years of training, hours and hours of muscle memory kicking in to action at the right time.
Yeah, it's the whole saying, you know, the more you do something, the luckier you get. But not only are we treated to this match that's going on right now, from 7 o'clock, the men's competition starts again, the Srirachi Bengal Tigers versus the Vendetta Kalinga Lancers, and that is brought to you from Chennai. As we see, there's action on the pitch here for the women, but in a few hours, the men will take over. Everyone's very lucky with this amount of hockey that's going on right now.
And no wonder Nikki is beaming and grinning from ear to ear. Just a quick question on how players treat form and what players consider to be in good nick. For a forward, for a striker who has that many more opportunities to score, it perhaps is apparent that once you score, your confidence obviously oozes, seeps in, like with Agustina Gorzalani, who's had 5 goals. She was the most expensive player in the auction, and she's lived up to her billing. But say for a defender, say for a midfielder, what are those little ticks that tell you that you're in good nick at the moment?
I think it comes from, you know, your self-confidence and your belief to start with. It's how you approach the game, and it's your mindset. No one is ever going to have the perfect game, but it's how you respond. So as a midfielder, let's say you get the ball delivered from your back line and you mistrap that first touch and first ball and you give possession over. Some people could let that affect them, but the better players don't. They ask for the ball again in the same scenario and they keep on building, because one mistrap doesn't make you a bad player. Then from the attacking point of view, it's again, you could have a easy goal scoring opportunity, but it hits your foot on the goal line, or you scuff it, or you miss the ball completely. It's just about taking that moment, taking a breath and being like, next time I've got this.
That's a great point you make, and for all those young hockey fans watching, look no further. The Hero Hockey India League provides a perfect platter of exciting hockey, garnished with Indian and overseas superstars collaborating to constitute what Nikki so appropriately calls a melting pot. And now Sunalita Topur just demonstrating her brand of speed, which has given the Pipers the heft. Navneet Kaur playing her partner inside, has she got a deflection. Teresa Vieno came perilously close to bunting that home, but what vision from the Pipers skipper.
And Navneet Kaur, see as she receives this ball, it's eyes up. She checks once, she checks again. And you can see quite cheekily going for that. I did reach it, honestly, I touched it moment there, but it was quite obvious that she didn't. And it's lovely to see Neetu Kumari not be fooled by that, but that was one of the best plays we've seen from Pipers.
Speaking of confidence building measures, that decision would have also given Neetu Kumari plenty of confidence as well, when a player, an international superstar, is making a strong claim and you're in good position to turn it down.
And it has been great from the umpires throughout this entire tournament as well. We've seen them really be strong in their decision making. You can see there as well, the lift up from the foot, not allowing a touch either. Yeah, Madhuri Kindu there knowing that there hadn't been a touch. That's why she was able to lift her right foot and allow the ball into the goal. A goal can only count now if an attacking player touches the ball in the D. There was a brief spell when own goals were allowed in hockey, but thankfully, personally, I'm thankful that that didn't last. I like the old traditional rules on that.
It's been hockey played at frantic pace from the Ranchi Royals. The Pipers also haven't pulled any punches, to be fair. Lucina Wanda Header has been brilliant for the Ranchi Royals, especially in defense and also in being the supplier. It's a great ball in. It was Albela who tried to make the play up front.
A really important pre-scanning, that's what set this up. It's the one-touch bunt in, and Arbella, unfortunately, she scrambles at that. When she receives the ball, it's too close to her feet, and then she's off balance. She's unable to get that shot across, but the positioning-wise from Ranchi Royals is showcasing how efficient you need to be to try and get a shooting opportunity.
Again, most of the attacking overload has been from the right. Sakshi Rana just a little too central to receive the ball on that occasion. But this is purposeful. This has been very effective. And just as Neha Goel is about to step onto the park, some last second instructions from Tushar Khankar. He quickly realized that he was within earshot of the microphone and immediately clamped up.
And we're going to see the first card of the game as delivered from Kelly Hudson. There it is to the number 5, Alonso, for the Ranchi Royals. We'll just see what this one is for. She's coming in there. It's a stick tackle. And I think that's why. That's good. We've seen a few interesting tackles, shall we say, so far. So there's Augustina Alonso there, who's been the first recipient of a green card, so she will have to sit down for 2 minutes in this game.
But truth be told, Nikki, there haven't been too many instances of cardable offences across the tournament. Across these last 12 days or so, we haven't really had too many nasty transgressions.
No, I wouldn't see there's been any nasty ones. We've seen a couple of yellow cards, which I think have been justified. Beautiful from Albertario there, but Riera just guiding the ball off the baseline. So it's a deflection and not an on-purpose push off of the baseline. As we see Lucina von der Heg driving forward with her team. She's trying to link up, but unfortunate there. Now Ranchi Royals have committed so many players forward as the SG Pipers with Shamila Devi on the attack.
And SG Pipers would heave a sigh of relief, particularly their backline. They finally have some respite as they shuffle the ball to the other end of the pitch. Just tad wavered there. Joanna Castellaro now will spend a couple of minutes on the naughty step. So would that count as commentator's curse as well, Nikki?
I think it might. We better stop talking about cards.
There have been 2 cards already in this fixture. The girls otherwise have largely been very well behaved. I like how the players are made to sit in isolation, just allowing them time to reflect, almost a sense of atonement.
Yes, and as we see beautiful skill there, another important jab tackle from Riera. Yeah, so the players are isolated whilst they have been carded. It's so that they can't receive any coaching advice or speak to their players as well, because otherwise they may be deemed to take on new tactics or instruction for their team.
In turn, defeating the purpose of the punishment in the first place. That's very well explained, Nikki, as always. Again, it's just those little things that the former player does bring to the table in the com box that adds plenty of value. And we sure do believe that our viewers also are benefiting from the rich display of hockey. And some of the younger players are picking up the skills on showcase here. Neha Goel was quickly elbowed out after gaining possession ever so briefly.
And Beauty Dung Dung there working really well for her team. Ranchi Royals utilising once again that one-touch pass into the D to catch the SG Pipers on unawares. And yeah, that is been called for shielding there against Beauty Dung Dung. And I don't think the SG Pipers can have any qualms against that. As we see Augustina Albertario go to the injection position. We've got Lucina von der Heg and Plonison on the far castle, who will be the one to take the strike. So far castle injection is to Plonison behind the back. They've gone for the back to injector, but Albertario unable to stop that cleanly. The ball coming up, bouncing and hitting her body. What a shame.
I reckon that's one of the pitfalls of adopting this routine, because the ball does bounce a little awkwardly along the baseline, and hence it's always fraught with plenty of risks as well.
You could see Albertario having to adjust her position there. I think the delivery to her was slightly too central. She wanted it more to her right foot there to receive the ball strong, and then she has the option to pass it across or flick the ball in herself. It's a nice routine. We saw Granato score a goal from the similar routine yesterday. So it's nice to see the different variations.
Sakshi Rana quickly closed down on the left channel. Now we see slightly different tactics from the Royals as well. They have, like you're witnessing at the moment, largely fancied overloading the right. They've also tried to use the slap shot and bring a player inside the circle into play.
They have, and we can see a slight change in tactics as well from the SG Pipers. They started with 4 at the back in their outletting, and now they've rotated to 3, and they've upstepped on the left-hand side. A beautiful reverse cross. However, there was Ishka Chowdhury there in the defensive line. Really important interception from her, but you can just see the differences from where we are seated, Arun. When a team overloads one side of the pitch, what the tactical advantages they gain. However, Ranchi Royals grinding in and out, shot on target, great save, really important save. And then the clearance.
I believe it was Hannah Cotter there who made that brilliant blistering foray. The lady from Hawke's Bay, New Zealand. But just a little before that, the counter manifested with Hannah Cotter. Look at her weave in and out, then take the shot, trying to bring Rutuja Pissel into play as well. Rutuja Pissel had in fact a hand to play in the final last year, but by virtue of all that action, a penalty corner has slipped relatively under the radar. It has caught the feet, yes, of Lola Riera there. And so the Royals have another chance to go 3-1 up.
The Royals' 4th penalty corner of the game. SG Pipers have 0. And in an ideal world, you want to score 1 out of 3, 1 out of 3.5 penalty corners. So this is really important.
And Christina Costantino has replaced Bansari, and it's a variation. She has copped it on the chest, has the goalkeeper. They asked for a retake. Kelly Hudson says no dice.
Yeah, and we've spoken about, we wondered if this lack of a referral would come back to haunt Ranchi Royals, and I think if they'd had their referral there, they may have used it, but they lost it really early on in this game. However, can see the rotation. They're just passing around, being patient with this ball before a gap opens up and they can mount another attack.
Again, they forced the SG Pipers to defend deep, and this was brilliantly done by Maria Otis. It could be a
You can
referral here.
refer for it.
Outside the circle.
I think they believe it was a foot outside the circle. A referral has been sought.
Deepa, I've given a penalty corner for a foot at the top of the circle, but the Pipers are saying there was a foot outside in the play leading up. Can you please just check?
You have given the penalty corner at the foot of the Pipers, but they are saying it's before the foot by Royal, right?
Yes, there was a foot leading up and outside the circle. That's what they're saying, prior to the foot in the circle.
I will check.
Thank you.
Really clearly articulated there, and so the team, you can refer if you think a foul has happened in your defending 25. So definitely nothing against this. It's hit Caitlin Nobbs' foot inside the circle, and so during the play, on pitch decision was a penalty corner for the Ranchi Royals. However, what the SG Pipers are asking is, prior to this there was a foot, so it hit the toe, and I think it's just leading into this. So this is fine here, the lift totally okay. Just play on, and just about, I think, to see, yes, there's a shin there that it hits on Maria Ortiz there. Obviously Kelly Hudson, that's a really difficult angle for her to see. The players put their hand up, however if you don't see it you can't blow it. Advantage or non-advantage, but the play continued and then it went on into the D, but this
Kelly?
should be a free hit out.
I have advice for you. There is the foot before the defender's foot. You can restart with the free hit to defense, and team Pipers keep the referee.
Thank you, Deepa.
It turned out to be a very prescient referral from SG Pipers. Lola Riera and Caitlin Nobbs will spearhead the move from the back line.
Yeah, it's a good referral there, but we've spoken about the umpires previously. We saw the video, the interview with Rachel Williams as well, as the ball comes in. It's just about well defended there. And it's just they're an integral part of the game. We know that, Arun. We couldn't play tournaments anytime without the umpires. But I really enjoy that the broadcasters are giving them the time that they deserve.
Indeed, and we have come to the end of the third quarter. Another riveting quarter, replete with plenty of action. They haven't added to the tally of goals thus far, but there's been entertaining hockey. Ranchi Royals 2, SG Pipers 1 at the end of quarter 3.
There are no goals in this third quarter, but plenty of talking points, and the coaches have 2 minutes to implement any new tactics. That cross from Navneet Kaur, a real great opportunity for her team, the SG Pipers. However, Diana there was not able to get a stick to the ball. A really nice short corner routine idea from the Ranchi Royals, but a lack of skill and pinpoint execution didn't allow Alvatario the touch that she needed. The Ranchi Royals have had the number of penalty corners. Their goalkeepers, at that point it was Constantino, and she has been brilliant once again. The rotation of the goalkeepers being used. At the end of quarter 3, it's still 2-1 for the Ranchi Royals. 25 circle penetrations though over the SG Pipers, 8 and 6 shots to 1.
That's 3 times more than the 8 circle penetrations that the SG Pipers have managed. It no doubt will figure in the discussion. Sophie Gietz did speak about approaching this game as a semi-final and to also fix a few chinks in the armor ahead of the big finale the day after. And SG Pipers would want to ensure they do not come in cold into a final like that. Cosentino, of course, took her place under the bar, replacing Bansari Solanki. They are doing substitutions every half, and Bichudevi Karibam, of course, is the goalkeeper for the Royals in place of Madhuri Kindo, whom we saw in the first half. Quarter 4 action is now underway, and the Pipers have less than 15 minutes to produce an equalizer. The Ranchi Royals would want to put the game to bed.
They will, and we have a saying, if you're in a tournament or an end of league structure, always win your last game. And the Ranchi Royals, this is their final encounter of this Hero Hockey India League 2025-26, and this should help oyster them as well. They'll be able to find a little bit extra energy. The SG Pipers, they'll want to implement their tactics, they'll want to make sure it's a good showing ahead of their final. However, sometimes your concentration can just dwindle a little bit.
Sunilita Topo was just rushed by her opposite number and had to quickly put the ball away. Lucina won the header, employing the tomahawk on that occasion. Cosentino making light work of it.
And some of the players stopped there because they were expecting it to be called for danger. However, there was nothing dangerous about that cross for me. It was through a channel. There was nothing to be worried about. And as we see Thashur Kandika look on for his team, I wonder if he'll be happy ultimately with the way that his team is attacking.
Neha once again eyes up, and a great pass and a shot on goal. And SG Pipers looked a little harried, and that saber rattling has resulted in a penalty corner.
Brilliant attack by the Ranchi Royals. There you can see Neha once again give and go hockey. They're asking for the free hit, but you must keep playing. Cosentino working so hard, and then Deepika keeping a cool head and playing it onto Sunilita Topo's leg for the penalty corner. Christina Albertario was asking Kelly Hudson, I want the referral, but they don't have it. Kelly Hudson ignoring her and making sure she blows what she sees.
Lucina Wanderheide is in the first battery, and she will go for the shot, and she does find the backboard. It's a resounding smack into the backboard, and Lucina Wanderheide, who's been having a fairy tale of an encounter, just builds along her merry ways, and look at her flash a broad grin. It's goal number 3 for the Royals.
Augustina Aguatario, far castle injection, and Von der Haeg. That is a really tight gap she has managed to exploit there. Lola Rea and Constantino both closing down the left-hand side of the goal as they defend it, but the ball sneaking through.
It in fact went between the legs of Lola Riera. Like you rightly mentioned, she had to thread the needle, and a royal salute for Lucina. And the crowning glory was accorded to her. Definitely has been a player to watch out for. She also is in the running for the Neon Socks. Lucina Wanderheide, which is awarded, the Neon Socks of course are awarded to the player with the most number of goals, and that honor has rested squarely on the shoulders of Agustina Gorzalani with 5 goals, which also makes her the joint leading goal getter in all of the Hero Hockey India League's history.
Yeah, she's been prolific in this tournament, as we see Sophie Gertz there, the SG Pipers coach, looking on. But now that goal brings our tally for this tournament to 34 goals, 14 field goals, 18 penalty corners and 2 penalty strokes.
Good bit of dispossession, and it's Hannah Cotter doing some pre-scanning before she sends Sangeeta Kumari along the way. Has a couple of defenders to contend with, and does the right thing, plays it back to Deepika Soreng.
A really smart play, trying to go down and utilise the left-hand channel, but SG Pipers closing that off, so playing the ball back and around. Looking now for the right-hand side, SG Pipers switching over and then trying to force the pass slightly. It was the double goal scorer, Lucina von der Haag.
And they want not really complain about this, given that it's the area they have found a fascination for. Lucina von der Haag is now on 4 goals. Definitely in the running for the Neon Sox. Navneet Kaur also has scored in this game, propping up her tally to 3. She of course will have another match on her hands. The big final the day after, and that will come to you live from 7 p.m. Indian Standard Time. So make sure you tune into the action. The big final between the two laggards from last year, the SG Pipers and Srachi Bengal Tigers.
Yeah, I can see the stands being absolutely full to burst for that final. It's going to be a party and a showcase of some of the best talent the world has to offer.
Not able to execute that takedown was Suman Devi. And Tushar Khankar quickly relaying a few instructions to Neha. Just a call for her to make the minus pass. The play the ball back came from one of her compatriots. Good interception, but the ball's been given away now. A chance beckons for SC Pipers. It's a good snapshot. Will they have an encore? A backhander. Saved the second time around. Great goalkeeping by the spunky Pichu Devi Karibam. She began as a footballer of some repute, and boy oh boy, she did bring those skills to the table.
She did. It was sloppy outletting from Ranchi Rose that pulled the defensive pressure back onto them. A first-time shot. Pichu Devi doing everything that was needed from her, and then it was once again first Castellara having that shot. Pichu Devi coming through. You can see her left hand protecting that post, and then that. What an impressive save.
Pichu Devi Karibam grew up in Manipur, a football crazy state. Began as a footballer herself, and very fortuitously, in fact, migrated to hockey. And now the Royals have a chance, looking for the opportunity. Sakshi Rana hoisted her stick up, but could not complete the swing.
It's a nice pick up there, but she comes through it, and we've spoken about this before. You know, she's off balance, she's losing her traction, she just misses the ball. But hopefully she is okay, Sashi Rana, and she will not worry about that. Doesn't make her a poor player, as we've spoken about the mindset. What do you do if you make a mistake? Sashi Rana will get on with it and continue to play as she has this whole tournament.
All of just 18 years is Sakshi Rana. Chance here again. Nervously defended by the Pipers on that occasion. Had to remain calm, did Sunilita Topo.
Sunilita Topo has been called into action in deep defence a number of times in this game, but her positioning there really strong. It was a nice attack by the Ranchi Royals, but at the last moment, for me, that's a throwaway of possession. Hannah Cotter involved once again, as she is, and then Rutija, a left to right drag. Yes, some people could say she's thrown it into the danger area, but she hasn't connected with her team. And that's where you really need to take care of the ball.
Look at the number of circle penetrations that the Royals have managed to accumulate. 30 as opposed to the Pipers is 8. Just goes to show the brand of ultra-attacking hockey that the Royals have played. And it must be to their chagrin and frustration that despite the enterprise they have shown in attack all through the competition, they have been found a bit wanting, particularly in the penalty corner department, as Neha Goel mentioned at the start of the match. Tushar Khankar, their head coach, also spoke about capitalizing on the opportunities, something that they have failed to do all through the tournament. Lucina, one-day header, once again in the thick of things, pushes it across on the right, and, just a bit sloppy on that occasion.
Kelly Hudson just stopping time there for a moment so she can have a discussion with Suman Devi, I think it was, and she said stop. So there's just been a little bit of chat, a little bit of pushing, and that isn't allowed. Really important stop there, but a foot given. Both teams at the moment just trying hard. Cosentino there, a wry smile under her helmet. She had to preempt that there was going to be a touch on that ball, and then she played it, although straight back into a danger area. Quick shot there and a goal! What a finish, and a second time shot from Hannah Cotter.
And it's a goal from Hawke's Bay, New Zealand, who has done her bit here. Hannah Cotter, she enjoys her tea, she enjoys the Indian cuisine, and she enjoys scoring on these shores as well. It was a no-look snapshot, a great tomahawk played into her, didn't have any opportunity to suss things out, had to trust her reflexes, and they were on point. It was a great strike.
Yeah, she receives this ball, she plays it into her back space, widens her stance and takes that reverse shot. It's a really hard skill to do, but she hit it so cleanly. Look what it means to her team.
And thoroughly deserving, if you were to add, as Cosentino has gone off her post, leaving the goal untenanted. So the Pipers will now have an extra outfield player with a little under 6 minutes still left, and with a deficit of 3 goals. So it does really make quite a bit of sense.
It does, as we see the SG Pipers try and mount the attack, unable to get the ball as she goes, Deepika, but she's got the long corner for her team. Yes, SG Pipers, I think they'll have said this game is over for them as they try and deflect the ball first time into the circle. However, 5.5 minutes left, they pulled their goalkeeper. Now it's just playing out scenarios for their team. What happens when they get to the final if they're chasing the game?
Tushar Khankar will be happy with how things have unfolded today. Under 5 minutes left. It's yet again Sakshi Rana playing her partner Agustina Albatario. Deep defense are the SG Pipers at the moment. They've been ruthlessly efficient, have the Ranchi Royals. Under immense pressure have been the SG Pipers unit, which has rendered them rather unable to mount offences of their own as well.
And it's Alonso there in the middle of the pitch, as well as Christina von der Haeg have been excellent on the forward line as well. We've seen beautiful play from the Ranchi Royals. Hannah Cotter has been brilliant up front, Maria Ortez, Sakshi Rana as well, and Neha linking for the team. And when you can break it down, you can mention so many players who have been influential. That's when you know that this team is playing well together.
You stole the words from my mouth, really, Nikki, because there have been a number of players who have stood up and put their hands up. Neha Goel, for example, has been terrific today, as has been Sangeeta Kumari up front. Lucina has been wonderful up until that point, where I suppose the commentator's curse did its bit.
Yeah, and it was a wry smile from her. You could see the acceleration that she wanted to get ahead and manipulate that space, but Navneet Kaur now on the ball, driving on the right-hand side, looking to link. It's one first touch, put it across. That's a really unfortunate there. For me, SG Pipers, a first-time sweep shot would have been the correct option.
Also, someone like a Sakshi Rana, it's been a great rite of passage for her, even as Navneet Kaur now makes the circle entry. She is looking for the opportunity, and they will have the second goal. The extra outfield player has come in handy for the Pipers, and Navneet Kaur has added to her goal scoring tally. It's her fourth goal in the competition, and the neon socks are still up for grabs should she want it.
And she most definitely wants them for sure. You can see the ball being played in. Navneet Kaur, as she does that eyes up hockey, just creates the space of the back line, and it takes a wicked deflection there, which I think ultimately takes the ball into the goal. But it doesn't matter how it goes in. I think actually it might be come off Planison, or it might have eventually come off of Pretty Dubey. This will be really interesting to see, but either way, it's a goal, and the Royals and the Pipers are now only a 2-goal game.
I think it did come off Plonison's stick for sure. Not entirely certain if there was a deflection after that. We will of course have another look, but at any rate in hockey we do not do own goals. So Navneet Kaur has rightfully been awarded with the goal. Ranchi Royals again being very purposeful in attack, and they have an untenanted goal as well to take care of, given that Cosentino has been swapped out with an extra outfield player. Neha Goel has been remarkable with her dribbling ability there. Beauty Dung Dung.
Free hit out given, and the SG Pipers will want to mount the attack. This is the goal that has been credited to Navneet. Definitely took a deflection, but who did it come off? It's a wonderful finish there, sliding goal. It's Hannah Cotter. She has been fabulous for her team this entire league season, and a diving, sliding goal to add to her tally, and another crown on top of her head.
We have had a proper goal fest here in Ranchi. This has been the most number of goals scored in a fixture in this edition, really. And Hannah Cotter rising to the occasion. In fact, stooping to conquer, rather literally, as she goes down on her knees and sends the ball past Jyoti Singh, who really couldn't do much. Hannah Cotter will receive the crown for her brace as her teammates give her the royal salute. Hails from Hawke's Bay in New Zealand. Also just lives 3 doorsteps away from Emma Finlay and her twins in Hawke's Bay. It seems like a hockey hotbed, really. It's a good takedown from Navneet Kaur, who will be looking for her hat-trick, no doubt. Inside the circle, Preeti Dubey. I must say that was a rather weak follow-up after Navneet Kaur's incursion.
And Neha, they're trying to take a few seconds away from any kind of attack. What does that come off? That's definitely come off of a foot. Yes, it's only 9 seconds in this final quarter. But the SG Pipers have scored 1 goal when they took off their goalkeeper. They've conceded 1, so now they want to see if they can score another.
Teresa Vienna once again in the thick of things. was looking for the player to her left. Eventually ended up selling the dummy to the defender and playing the ball along to Teresa. Bichodevi Karibam will have perhaps one last job on her hands as Valentina Costa sets up in battery number 1, but it's a completely botched attempt, and Sakshi Rana plays the ball across to Neha Goyal, but there will not be enough time for a 6th goal. But Ranchi Royals sign off in style, and Neha just gesturing that the cross wasn't where it ought to have been. But at the end of full-time action, the Ranchi Royals have walked off with a consolation win, with a win that will keep them in the 3rd spot. It was a thumping 5-2 victory over the ST Pipers. Hannah Cotter did contribute by virtue of 2 goals. And there was, of course, Navneet Kaur on the other side who contributed with 2 goals as well, but was a very productive outing for the Ranchi Royals, who were on a rampage right from the get-go. Sakshi Rana was mighty impressive as well. She made her debut last season in the FIH Hockey Pro League and scored against Spain, but has been excellent all through. At full time, the Ranchi Royals, by virtue of a solid team effort, completed a 5-2 win over the ST Pipers. We'll be back shortly for the presentation.
One, two, three, check. Hi, I'm Emma Finlay. I'm a midfielder from New Zealand and I'm part of the Sriracha Bengal Tigers. This is the first time I've been here, which is pretty exciting. I'm getting used to the food, getting used to the environment. It's been great. Every time I have a meal, I have to ask my roommate if it's spicy or not. So I'd say Indian food is spicy compared to New Zealand food or to Western food that I've had. I love chai. My roommate loves chai, so she's made me love chai. I really wanted to go and see different temples, and I have been lucky enough to go. The girls, my teammates, have taken me around Ranchi, and it has been an awesome experience. I have learned a couple of words. My favourite word so far is tika. Okay, tika, yeah, shalom, and kakareo. What are you doing? Oh, dandivad dabada multahe.
Hockey India League is probably the most unique experience in world hockey. I've done various European events and a couple of different world events, including the Olympic, but nothing quite compares to the Hockey India League, that's for sure. I was very fortunate to have been in exactly the right position to see that. It wasn't very technical, it was a foot just before it bounced into the goal. It was a really nice moment for me because I gave the free hit out and Beauty and I made eye contact and she nodded, agreed with me and moved on. The rest of the players didn't agree. Every decision is crucial. You really want to be in the right place for the players and for the team in that moment. The Indian umpires here have been growing so much, and as have we. It's been wonderful learning experience.
Welcome back to the Hero Hockey India League 2025-2026, where the Ranchi Royals have signed off with a terrific victory over the SG Pipers, courtesy braces from Lucina Wandehede and Hannah Cotter, as also Sangeeta Kumari, Navneet Kaur scored 2 goals for SG Pipers. A time for us to ponder over who the player of the match is going to be. Over to Surbhi at the presentation.
The final league stage match of the season was an action-packed affair as the Ranchi Royals dictated terms to end their campaign on a winning note. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the post-match presentation ceremony for the Hero Hockey India League 2025-26 match between SG Pipers and Ranchi Royals. Hero Hockey India League would like to take this opportunity to thank their partners, title sponsor Hero Motocorp, broadcast partner DD Sports, streaming partner Waves, official hydration partner Bisleri, medical partner Apollo Hospitals. Thank you for your support. Please welcome our dignitary to present the Hero Vida Electric Player of the Match Award, Mrs. Savitri Purti, International Hockey Player, and the award for the Hero Vida Electric Player of the Match goes to Sakshi Rana from Ranchi Royals. She was excellent today, both in defense and attack. Showed great confidence and individual skills. Sakshi, please यहाँ जाइए. Disappointed होंगे ज़रूर कि फाइनल नहीं पहुंच पाए, लेकिन कितना satisfying है कि आपने इस तरह से सीजन को अलविदा कहा है. 5 गोल्स दागे हैं और जीत आज हासिल की है.
ये था फर्स्ट टाइम कि बस अगर लास्ट मैच है बस अपना बेस्ट देना है, डू यू बेस्ट, एंड यही था, मेमोरेबल बनाना है. यही नहीं है कि लूज़ करके वापस जाएंगे, बस यही था.
और पर्सनल नोट पे भी कितने सैटिस्फाइंग रहा है ये सीज़न आपके लिए? क्या कुछ सीखा आपने इस सीज़न से?
यही है कि फॉरनर आए थे, उनसे बहुत कुछ सीखा है और बस.
चलिए, थैंक यू हमारे साथ बात करने के लिए. इसी तरह से सीखते रहिए, आगे बढ़ते रहिए. थैंक यू. That was your player of the match, Sakshi Rana, and that sums up the post-match presentation ceremony.
Well, that was a rather endearing response from a very shy Sakshi Rana, who let her hockey skills do the talking as Ranchi Royals completed a rollicking performance, which also beggars the question of a number of what-ifs for Ranchi Royals across the season.
It does, but we were treated tonight to a 7-goal thriller of a match. The opening goal scored by Lucina van der Heeg hit a Celine Topo stick there that took it into the goal. She wasn't bothered though, she was crowned. The Pipers, however, through some sloppy defending from the Ranchi Royals, battered their way through and got the game back to equal pegging. And that was Navneet Kaur, their captain, with her first goal of the game. However, it wasn't going to be long. We had Sangeeta Kumari there absolutely thrashing that ball home. A behind-the-back option put in, played so many times, and then it was the Pipers' scramble defence. There was a lot of last-ditch tackling and defending from both teams. Fatigue, we think, setting in, and some heavy legs, heavy minds. Lucina van der Heeg scoring her second of the game. Beautiful technique, threading the needle, we say, as she nutmegged Riera there. A reverse shot, beautiful technique, wonderful receipt. Hannah Cotter with her first goal of the game. And then she was crowned, as we can see. Navneet Kaur showcasing her individual skill. Yes, it took another deflection, but the goal being gifted to her in this opportunity, creating something out of nothing. And then Hannah Cotter getting her second and the final goal of the game, once the SG Pipers had pulled their goalkeeper. A one-touch sliding ball home. SG Pipers had an option with 9 seconds left on the clock to get a consolation goal, but a poor injection halted them in their tracks. And so it was a wonderful finish for this Ranchi Royals team, winning 5-2 against the SG Pipers.
It definitely gives them a lot of impetus going into the next season, as we see Ranchi Royals had nearly three times as many circle penetrations as the Pipers did. They had 5 penalty corners to SG Pipers 1, and twice the number of shots, which also yielded 5 goals, resulting in an unassailable victory for the Ranchi Royals. Just look at the points table. Ranchi Royals providing confirmation that they will finish the tournament on a high at 3rd place, and look at how slender the margins are. Ranchi Bengal Tigers, which finished 2nd and who will be one of the finalists, are just 1 more point more than what the Ranchi Royals have scored. Such are the margins. Look at the Neon Sox contenders for the highest number of goals. Agustina Gorzalani still leads the pack with 5. Navneet Kaur and Lucina Wandehede and Hannah Cotter also have added to their tally and are now hot on the heels of Gorzalani. The big final from the Marangom K. Jayapal Singh AstroTurf Hockey Stadium, Ranchi, between the SG Pipers and the Ranchi Bengal Tigers will be up for you the day after. We have a rest day tomorrow as far as the women's section is concerned, and we will be live at 7 p.m. But we have more hockey coming up tonight with Ranchi Bengal Tigers and the Vedanta Kalinga Lancers taking on each other from 7 p.m. tonight, coming to you live from the Mayor Radhakrishnan Hockey Stadium, Chennai, in the men's section. Until the day after from Ranchi, it's bye from Nicky Lloyd and Arun. Good night.